Hi everyone. Before we talk about the future of folk and tribal art in India, let me share with you some fun facts about it. Did you know that master tribal artist Jangar Singh Sham and Jivya Shome Mashe showed at the Centre Pompidou in Paris alongside avant-garde artists like Louis Bourgeois and Boetti in 1989? The show was titled Magicians of the Earth, and it was one of the first times a parallel was drawn between the so-called centers of the West, London, Paris, New York, and other cultures that were not so well represented in mainstream art. In fact, in art historical perspective, it is considered one of the most important exhibitions that made efforts to break this great cultural divide. Did you know that Worli artist Jivya Shome Mashe collaborated with 4 times Turner Prize shortlisted British artist Richard Long? It's fascinating how a man who has never left his village and speaks only his native language collaborated with one of the most respected land artists of our time. Richard came to stay with Mashe, and even though they couldn't communicate much, they communicated through their art. Richard observed Mashe's traditions and found a meditative practice that developed into a major show that was exhibited in Dusseldorf in 2003 and Milan in 2004. Also, Buri Bai of Pitol district in Madhya Pradesh was one of the first Bhil artists to be invited to present her work at the International Folk Art Market in Santa Fe, New Mexico in 2013. Buri started as a daily wage labor while Bharat Bhavan was being constructed in Bhopal. It was here that J. Swaminathan found her and gave her paper and poster colors for the first time. The rest is history. Buri is now one of the most acclaimed artists in her genre. Why are these intrinsic Indian artists who are recognized and shown around the world so foreign to us? The mention of Indian art brings to mind artists like Hussain, Raza, Swaminathan and Somnath Haur. All of these modern masters have drawn their inspiration from Indian villages and its culture. While other countries have been adaptive to their rural and traditional arts and understood its power to inspire the next generation of artists, we seem to have made a cultural divide. For us, art in schools starts with Ravi Verma and ends with modernists like Hussain. Even the NGMA doesn't consider folk traditions as modern, and thus such artists find themselves isolated to folk art museums. While we shun an eye on these artists, all of our modern folk masters now have been collected and housed in some important museums around the world. Is that fair? And then why does a Christie's sale of J. Swaminathan draw close to $300,000 in 2007, while his inspiration, Jangar Singh Sham, is nowhere close? Some of the largest collections of these modern masters are in foreign hands. Jangar died while at residency at Mithila Museum in Nagata, Japan, which actually hosts one of his largest collections of works. Are these works ever going to come back? Will they ever be shown to an Indian audience? Is it time for us to identify these masters and place them in important displays within our country? Give them the respect as game changers and leaders in their forms that they deserve? These art forms are taught in an informal learning process from generation to generation in the form of stories and rituals. It is actually a way of holistic living and sustainability. They are inspired by the earth, their tools are simple, sometimes their resources are natural, and the tales are of harmony and coexistence. The art goes back into the earth. The arrival of paper in Indian villages actually is as recent as 60 years ago. Again, it is our colonizers who were responsible for getting them into mainstream art. William Archer, Verrier Elvin, and the likes of those. These are the people who actually documented these artists and wrote about them for the first time. These traditions are now endangered due to the mass migration that's happening from Indian villages and the young generation in the villages looking for better standards of living. In times like today, where ecological imbalances are causing major disturbances around the world, it becomes more and more important for us to look towards these tribal communities and their ways and learn their ways of living, of love and respect and harmony towards the earth. Through its online platform and curated shows, Tribal Art Forum is proudly working endlessly for the last 3 years to help these artists get recognition in India and abroad. Log on to tribalartforms.com or contact us at tribalartforms@gmail.com. Thank you.